Tomorrow you'll have an EDIA assignment that you have to do on parabolas. I figured that would be easier than giving you a worksheet that you have to turn in, so that way you know if you're getting it right or wrong. I have not made that yet. I will do that during planning period, and I will probably go ahead and open it up as soon as I make it instead of waiting until tomorrow. So if you want to get done a little bit earlier, you want to get started tonight, do a little bit tonight and a little bit tomorrow, that's fine. I told you. Look at that. That's the last one. Everybody else normally doesn't come. All right. So that's what we're going to do. I'll try to open that EDS assignment today and you can check it out. And again, if you don't do it till tomorrow, that's fine. Just if you wanted to get ahead and kind of have a break tomorrow, I always try to do that for you guys because I know you'll do your work. So do y'all have any questions to begin with? Everything okay last night homework wise? Okay. Today's same thing. We're just moving our vertex. So instead of our vertex being at 0, 0, we're going to have it somewhere else. Okay. So don't forget if it's in y equals, that's going to be an up-down parabola. That's a regular one. Up is positive, down is negative. And then x equals is going to be a left, right. Left is negative, right is positive. So there are two different forms. These two are the same exact equations. Vertex form is what we've been doing, but we've had 0, 0s for the ages and k's. We've already went over that. That's not a new thing. But there's also focal width form right here. I don't really like it, so I don't use it much. Okay, so it's up there, but I don't like it. Okay, vertex for all four equations is going to be HK. So just remember, and I'm just looking at the vertex form, a regular y equals, you're just going to go from the inside, change your sign of your H and use your K. So this would be a positive H and a positive K. If it's x equals, you go backwards. You're going to take what's here and put it inside as your x, and then here change your sign and it's going to be your y. Okay, so again, I already know that. 4C is your focal length. And again, I don't worry about that much, so it's just throwing it out there. And then we use A and C equals 1 equals 4A to find the focus. Those endpoints, the focal chord endpoints, and the focal length. Again, we don't do the focal length much. You guys can do that. It's just counting straight across. You don't even have to really worry about it. All right. So again, what we're doing new is that we don't have a 0, 0 for our vertex. That's it. All right. So you're going to look for whatever is squared. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're going to look for whatever is squared, and that's what you want to get the opposite letter by itself. Sorry. So right here is your x plus 1 squared. So we're solving for y. Okay, so whatever you're squared for, you're solving for the other one. So it's going to be the same every single time. I need to get rid of the 8. So we divide by 8. That gives us 1/8 x plus 1 squared equals y minus 2. And then to solve for y, I add 2. So your vertex form is going to be y equals, we had the 1/8 in front, x plus 1 squared, and then we're going to add the 2. I'm going to go ahead and write that direction and axis of symmetry. So it opens, and I'm going to write it down at the bottom so I don't squish everything up. And your axis of symmetry, just to remind you, the opens is the big part. The axis of symmetry is just a review. Okay, so axis of symmetry, just review. So this is y equals, so we know it either opens up or down. It's a positive 1/8, so it opens up. That has not changed the entire time. Your vertex is normal. You go left to right. Your x coordinate with x is going to be a -1 because you changed the sign, and the 2 will change, stay the same. Sorry. Since it's y equals, your axis of symmetry is x equals. And what is the x coordinate of your vertex? -1. That's all you do to find axis of symmetry. Everything else is what we've been doing for the last couple days. So your focus, your directrix, your focal chord endpoints is 1/4a. And a is 1/8. Again, I can do this in my head. If you can't do it in your head, remember I showed you to do alpha y equals 1/4 times 1/8, and we get 2. Okay. So yesterday, once we got to this point, we plotted the vertex. The vertex is different today. It's -1, 2. Since it's up and down, your focus and your directrix go up and down 2 units. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then for reference, we said it opens up. So that makes this the focus. Sorry. And this the directrix. And you can't really see it. I tried to make it like off the line, but okay. So what is your focus point? What is that coordinate? This one? Is it -1? Good. It's okay. They're hard to see, so I don't blame you. Your directrix. What's your directrix? Is it x equals? It's y equals. Good, good. Y equals, remember your directrix is always the same as your equation. So if you ever get kind of weirded out because it's on the axis, always, always remember that it is whatever the equation is. So y equals, and it goes through y at 0. Focal chord endpoints, remember we do 2C, which is 4. So from the focus, we go left and right 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what are those two coordinates? How far over did we go on this one? Yeah, if we were at -1 and we went right 4, we're at +3. And then they both are at 4 high. Okay, on the other one, I was at -1, I went over 4, which makes it be at -5, and I went up 4. So that's it. It's the same exact thing. I'll try to make I'll put my new graphs on there so you guys can really see it. All right. Any questions? Same exact thing we did yesterday. Let's do this, see if that helps any. All right. So our equation is x equals, it's already in vertex form. I don't have to do anything because it's already in x equals. Everybody see that? So which way does this open? Yeah, right. So remember x equals, x goes left or right, and it's a +1/2, so it opens right. What's your vertex on this one? Be careful. We got it one more time? Yes. So remember, y has to be the y coordinate. Okay, so you kind of read them backwards. So -2, 3. So what's your axis of symmetry? If your equation is x equals, your axis of symmetry is going to be y equals. And what is your y coordinate of the vertex? 3. So now we do 1/4a. Half of 4 is 2. So this is 1/2. So again, I'm going to try to get this all on there so you guys can see it. It's a little crooked, sorry. My vertex is at -2, 3, but at least you can see these coordinates. Okay, -2, 3. We're going to go 1/2. How? Which ways? Left and right. Okay, I know that's really tiny, but you guys can figure it out. All right. So which one is the focus and which one's the directrix? If it opens to the right. This inside is your focus. This line is your directrix. So where is your focus? How far over did I go? I went -1.5. You can write it like this. I do not care. You can write -1.5. You can write -3/2. I do not care. I will take them all. Everybody good? All right. How far up did I go? 3. Your directrix goes through the x-axis, and it goes through the x-axis at, where's it cross right here? And you can do -2.5. You could do -2 and the 1/2. I don't care. Y'all do whatever you feel like. All right, so focal chord endpoints. We do 2 times C, which is 2 times 1/2 or 1. So we go up 1 and down 1 from the focus. So look at your first coordinate. I'm going to go with the higher one. We went over -1/2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. -1 and 1/2, up 4. For the other one, we went over the same, -1 and 1/2, but we only went up 2. So again, when you draw them, it kind of helps you here. If you need to draw them by hand, so your boxes are bigger, that's perfectly fine. I don't care. That's what I'm going to do. Is everybody good? All right, flip it over. Maybe this will help. I don't know if I'm going to cover it up a little bit on the other one. All right. So it says graph this parabola, but the problem is we need to solve it for one specific variable. Which variable are we going to solve it for? Which one is not squared? Y. That's the one we're solving for. So how do I get this y by itself? How do I get rid of that -4? Divide by -4. So your vertex form, and I'm just going to put it to the side, is y equals, I divided by -4, so a -1/4. X minus 2 squared. If you need to, and you're just kind of OCD or you're visual and you need that end number, go ahead and put a +0 on there. That is perfectly fine. Which way does this one open? Very good. It's y equals, so it's up or down, and since it's negative, it's going to open down. We'll talk about axis symmetry in a second. What's your vertex? 2, 0. So your axis of symmetry, remember we have y equals here, so our axis of symmetry is x equals. And what is our x? 2. That's all you do. For everything else, we got to do the 1/4a. Our a is -1/4, but I don't ever, again, put the negative. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1/1 is 1. All right, so you can see it. Tried to make it a little bit bigger for you. Our vertex is at 2, 0. Since it's an up, down, we're going to go up and down 1. You said it opens down, so for reference, I just put those little 2 lines. So this is your focus, and this is your directrix. So what is the coordinate of your focus? 2 what? 2 what?
1.
Look at it. -1. Just be careful. What about your directrix? It goes through which axis? What axis does that line cut through? What axis? Y. It's always the same as the equation. So axis of symmetry is opposite. Directrix is the same. And it cuts through at 1. So you are right with the 1. All right. So focal chord endpoints, we have to do 2 times C, which is 2 times 1. which is 2. So from the focus, we go to the left 2 and to the right 2, and we write those coordinates down. So what are those 2 coordinates? What's the first one right here? 0 what? 0, -1. What's your second one over here? 4, -1. There you go. That's it. Same exact thing. Okay. Last one, give the parabola with a focus of -3, 2 and directrix x equals 1. So this is the equation one. And again, I'm going to do graph paper so you guys can see. And I like to use the graph paper so it makes it easier. There is an algebraic way to do it with that 4C on the front or whatever, but I don't need all that. I don't need it. Okay. So we're going to graph. Like I said, it's much easier just to graph it. And we're going to graph -3, 2. That's your focus. Your directrix goes through the x-axis at 1. So if you know how to graph, it makes it easy. So what's the direction of this opening? How does it open? Left. Very good. So that means our A is going to be negative. Our equation is going to be x equals. So your focus was at -3, 2. These are not real important. Your directrix is at x equals 1. What is important is where's your vertex? You can either tell me a specific or tell me how you find it. Say it again. -1, 2. How'd you find it? It's directly in the middle of those two. Directly in the middle. So your vertex is at -1, 2. Perfect. All right. So the last part to find the equation is we need to find A, and we do that by taking this distance right here. How far is it from the focus to the vertex? That is your C value. Okay. So we said that C equals 1/4A. C is 2 equals 1/4A, and we're going to make this a cross multiply by putting it over 1. We get 1 equals 8A, and we divide by 8. All right. So when we write our equation, you said it opened left. So which variable do I start with? X or Y equals? X equals. You said it opens left, so should it be positive or negative? And what's our A value? 1/8. If it's X equals, in the parentheses, we're going to have Y. Look at your Y value for your vertex. And remember, we're going to put it into parentheses, so we have to change the sign. So what is it going to be inside? -2. Our Y value. It's okay. It's okay. Our Y value. And then on the end is going to be your X value, and you do not change it. So what was our X value of our vertex? That's it. Any questions? Everybody okay? All right, so that's your notes. I'm going to stop sharing, stop recording. Zoomers, you're good to go. Your assignment is posted. It's another thing like yesterday, so it's going to be a Dropbox. So you can go ahead and work on that. Get a copy for you guys.